Ladies and guys who worry that it's all hopeless and you can't change. Andy here, author of the best Tinder guide on the damn internet. This is the Kill Your Inner Loser show. I am dressed like a hobo. I'm here in my gym clothes because I wanted to sit down and record this podcast ASAP for you guys and get this out to you. So I have a concept. I have a few concepts, a few philosophies, and one that I ask myself all the damn time, it's a very helpful tool, is in every single moment I will say to myself, what can I do right now? What can I do right now? And it's a buffer or a safety net against that feeling of hopelessness. So when circumstances start to frustrate me, or I get to a point where I'm feeling like shit, I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed, whatever it might be, I will take a deep breath and say, no, what can I do right now? Especially when it's something that you feel is out of your control. This is an incredibly useful tool. So you're basically asking yourself, what baby steps can I take right now? What little thing can I do right now? It doesn't have to be some monumental big change. Sometimes it can be something like you're having a bad day, and the only thing you can do right now when you ask yourself, what can I do right now? The only thing you can do is just get off the couch and go for a walk for 10 minutes to get some fresh air. That's a night and day difference between just sitting on the couch and feeling hopeless or feeling sad or feeling depressed. Some days are so overwhelmed that you feel like, I can't do jack shit. Or this is completely out of my control. My boss yelled at me, blah, 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 blah. I feel like shit. What can I do? Ask yourself in that moment, what can I do right now? Maybe you can go for a walk. Maybe you can work harder at your job. Maybe you can go home, take a deep breath, hang out with your friends and feel better. Maybe all you can do sometimes is get a piece of paper out and write down a plan of what you're going to do tomorrow. How you're going to make tomorrow a better day than today. Congratulations, that's at least something. The key point I'm trying to make here is do something. I have talked about this concept. I have done so many podcasts about just doing something. But the way that you do that is by in the moment saying, what can I do right now? Why is this a life-changing tool or a life-changing philosophy for you to start using? Because it stops you being a fucking victim. It stops you being a goddamn victim. It stops you feeling hopeless. It stops you feeling helpless. It stops you feeling like it's all out of your control and you can't do anything about it and circumstances are happening to me and, I'm not the captain of my ship. It's not fair. It stops you saying shit like it's not fair or the world isn't fair or if I had X, Y, Z, then it would be easier for me. I'm the victim. No, you say to yourself, right, maybe I've been dealt a bad hand. Maybe today sucks. Maybe I'm feeling hopeless and helpless. What can I do right this second? And there is always something you can do. This question also gets you, very importantly, to start looking for solutions to your problems instead of thinking there aren't any and instead of obsessing about the problems. I have done podcasts before. I will leave a link in the description below to a podcast that I did, and I talk about this all the damn time. Look for solutions, not problems. One of my greatest strengths, I have a bunch of people tell me this all the fucking time, all of my coaching clients tell me this, is that I look for solutions immediately. Someone will present me with a problem. They'll say, I'm having a bad day, or I'm super depressed, or, this girl rejected me, this girl flaked on me, and I will immediately say, what's the solution? How do we fix that? What can we do right now? Yeah, it sucks that your girlfriend broke up with you. It sucks that your wife divorced you. It sucks that this girl rejected you. It sucks that your boss fired you, that you lost your job. What are you going to do right this second? What are you going to do about it, essentially? Rather than sit there and say, life sucks, it's not my fault, blah, blah, blah. What are you going to do right this second? This question is also, like asking yourself this question, what am I going to do right now, is very fucking important for any of you who find yourself making those excuses as to why you can't get laid or why you can't get a better job or why you can't look good or whatever it is your goal is. So I am directly talking to all of you short guys, you bald guys, you fucking self-hating Indian and Asian guys, you older guys, you depressed guys, all the guys who tell me that, you can't reach your goal or you can't get laid or you can't change. What I want you to start doing is asking yourself, what can I do right now? And then you are going to find that you stop being a fucking victim of circumstance, because at the end of the day, you can't change the fact that you're Asian or Indian or short or bald or whatever it is, right? Like that is you. Like that's you. That's a core part of you. So the question is, what am I going to do about it? What am I going to do right now? Start moving towards your actual goal instead of saying, oh, I have this hurdle, so I have to quit. A hurdle isn't a barrier. A hurdle isn't a brick wall. It's a hurdle. You jump over it. For fuck's sakes. There is always something you can do. Even if you're depressed, just make your bed. Even in a fucking tragedy or when you're grieving, there is something you can do. You could reach out to a friend. You could research counselors in your area. You could go for a walk. You could put on a song that makes you happy. If we're talking about getting laid specifically, you could go outside and talk to one girl. That's something you could do. If you can't do that, you could start the approach anxiety program that I did and learn how to talk to women. If you can't do that, you could go outside for 10 minutes and just walk around looking at women. If you're morbidly obese, you can sign up for a fucking gym or start researching a gym. Right this second, you could install MyFitnessPal, the app, to track your calories and start counting how many calories you eat a day. You could go outside and walk for 10 minutes. If your fucking leg is broken, you can crawl around the fucking house. There is always something you could do. As long as there is a breath in your body, there is something you can do. And I will never, ever, ever let you guys off the hook with excuses, ever. In my gym right now, there's a guy who is walking around, hobbling around on crutches, and he has a broken leg. His leg right up to his knee is in a fucking cast, and he works out 5 days a week. He's there every day. He probably works out more. I go to the gym 5 days a week, and I see him there most days. So he's working out probably 5 days, if not more than that, right? He hobbles around. It looks like a fucking nightmare for him to try and bench, to try and do fucking bicep curl. Everything looks difficult because his leg is fucking broken. But he goes to the gym. He doesn't make excuses. There is never going to be a time where you can't do something. And you need to, in the times where it's really bad, or your depression is really bad, or something happens like your leg is fucking broken, or your wife divorces you or something actually bad, or your fucking mother dies, something genuinely bad, drop the ego. A lot of you have an ego and you say, I'm too good. You're basically saying, I'm too good to do a tiny little baby step. You know, if it's not massive action, if I'm not absolutely changing my entire fucking life, then it's not even worth it. No, that's not how you reach your goals. You get there by tiny little baby steps. You need to drop the ego and say, well, I'm depressed. Making my bed is better than nothing. That's a huge fucking victory. From where you are right now to be at a point to be able to make your fucking bed, that's a huge leap. Congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back. Don't be too good to take those little baby steps. Don't say, I'm above that. It's not good enough. If I'm not going out and having sex with a woman, it's all a waste of time. If my dick doesn't enter a pussy, I've failed. Or if I don't make $10,000, $5,000, whatever it is from my business every month, I've failed. No. Take the next step. Take the first step. You know the fucking cliche. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Fucking cliched as hell. Put that on an Instagram post with a beautiful mountain in the background or something like that. But there is so much wisdom and truth in that. And it's funny, it's one of the most parroted memes, and yet people don't fucking listen to it. They just think it's a nonsense meme. No, there is so much goddamn wisdom in that. Please, no matter where you're at, ask yourself, what can I do right now? And take that little baby step. Take that tiny little baby step. Don't ever do nothing, or you are in for a life of mediocrity. I won't have any sympathy for you when you say, my life sucks. I will say to you, what are you going to do about it? What can you do right now? Ask yourself, what can I do right now? If you want other people's respect, and more importantly, if you want to be able to respect yourself, you need to start asking yourself in every moment, what can I do right now? And if the massive action step that you decide is to hit me up for coaching so I can kick your ass into gear and all that sort of stuff, link in the description below. But please, guys, start asking yourself, what can I do right now? Don't be a fucking victim. Decide that you're going to find a solution. You're going to start looking for a solution. You're going to take a tiny little baby step and go out there and crush your goals.